Hey y'all. So wanted to try to do some cooking on a video for you since you've been asking. We talked to Chris and Nicole earlier and watched Chris do some cooking. It was a lot of fun to do. So although it's not going to be interactive as much, I'm going to have Gretchen do some talking and asking and stuff. So today for lunch, this is lunch, we're doing some Spam and eggs. So Gretchen was asking about cooking Spam today, and I thought maybe a nice little Spam and egg scramble, or maybe omelet, whatever we can look at.
I'm thinking omelet.
Omelet if we can. So yeah, Spam and eggs, here it is on the back. That's what it might look like, I don't know, maybe.
We'll find out.
Anyway, so I wanted to start with hash browns. We got some hash browns from Idaho Spuds that are all dehydrated, and they've been hydrated here. I'm going to turn it on high, and we're going to look for some, I like to use oil, canola oil, because it does take some crisping on these things, but I also like to put in a little butter to give it a little bit more flavor. So we're going to first start with some canola oil, and then maybe, I don't know, a couple tablespoons of butter would be good. This is real butter, not the fake stuff. And we're gonna let that melt down and get ready. While we do that, we're gonna open the Spam. And there it is. Now, I've never really understood how to get this out, except for just cutting it down kind of the middle. Oh, that would have just lifted right out. Let's turn this over and see if it'll just come right out. There.
It made that lovely squishy sound when it came out.
You gotta break the seal for it, but you can cut this stuff with a butter knife. It's crazy. So I'm probably only going to use half of that. And I think small little cubes is going to be really good. So I'm just going to cut it into some cubes. And watch this. There we go.
Some sticky meat.
Sticky meat. And I can't describe to you the smell of this meat. Can we say processed meats? I'm thinking processed meats.
It smells processed.
But you can eat it right out of the can. 25% less sodium.
Still salty, huh?
Interesting. It's Spam. It tastes like Spam. Tastes like Spam. So we're starting to get our butter melting. You want to get that butter so it melts all the way, bubbles all the moisture, all the water out of it. So when it stops bubbling, you've got just the oils left. Yep, what do we want to use on this? How about a trusty spatula? Probably do a lot of cutting on this. All right, now we've got the butter that's foamed out. We're just going to throw this in here. We put the whole box in. We'll have some for later. Best thing is to try to coat everything. I should have drained that box. Maybe some extra water got in here.
It does look pretty wet.
It does look kind of wet. But that will evaporate out when we're cooking. Make sure it's all coated.
Wait, you just flip it like that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Coat it up. Get that moisture out. I'm not going to do a lot of salt and pepper. I might do pepper. I'm not going to do a lot of salt because that's going to add a lot of salt to the meal. And we're going to do a little bit of seasoning here. What else should we throw in on these potatoes? I've got garlic salt. I would normally use a little garlic salt in it, but I don't want to use the salt. So,
Do you have just straight garlic in the freezer?
I do. I haven't thought about this one. I could do some of that. Just some straight. I have some crushed garlic here that I like to get from the Christopher's garlic. Either they're crushed or just they're peeled is really good, or I also use their diced or chopped garlic because it's just too easy to be using that. And the earlier I put it in, the more it'll kind of infuse into the taters. We don't want it really pronounced, so I'm going to use only about a half a teaspoon. Try to get it mixed in a little. That'll give it a little bit of a nice aroma and a little bit of pop. We're already getting a little brown on the bottom. That's good.
Oh, that smells delicious.
I'm going to get these dried up. I'm going to get ready on the eggs. So it's just Gretchen and I. We'll do 4 eggs. Island eggs are very cool. They come in this clamshell box that opens twice, maybe. Maybe let's just use the egg. I'm not caring if I'm breaking them because I just want to get the shells out of there, which is why you always break it into a bowl first.
Not right into the pan.
Rather than a pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Very yellow yolks. Look at that. This is starting to go nice. Still on high over here. I think maybe we'll turn her down to about a medium high. One more egg. This one is from Safeway, Lucerne. Look at the difference in that egg. Kind of pale. Alright, so we've got, just gonna mix those up, and you girls know that I've always put water in my eggs if I'm going to do them as a scramble. But when you do an omelet, you want to do milk. You want those proteins to kind of hold it together. So water will make it lighter and fluffier. Milk will kind of make it a little tougher, so it'll hold up to the fold. Just to get that really well incorporated. That's good. We lost a little. You don't want to think about it. If you're going to flip, don't think about it. Just do the flip. Okay. Especially when you're doing an egg or something like that, it only goes halfway over. You're thinking about it too much. And it's all in the wrist. What am I gonna put this on?
Plate?
Let's put the hash browns in a bowl. We're not gonna do all of those hash browns, obviously, on a single serving, 2 servings. What else do we want to put in the eggs?
Need
I got
something
some cheese, but we're still kind of
veggie.
in that eggy looking
we have for something green.
pickles.
No, not pickles. Oh my god.
Artichokes,
Maybe.
salsa.
That would give them some pizzazz. Tomatoes?
God, we're really low on stuff.
You'd think we were in quarantine or something.
Yeah, I got pineapple, plum
Pineapple.
sauce, kidney beans, green chilies, diced tomatoes, which we're going to do diced tomatoes tonight on the chili, because Chris inspired us to do some chili.
So maybe nothing else but cheese.
Well,
simple.
let's see. We've got oregano,
Basil.
leaves.
There
We'll
you
put a little
go.
bit of shot of basil on there to give it a color at the end.
We'll call that green.
Yeah. I'm gonna do all this in one pan so we don't mess and Mom doesn't have to cook too much or clean up too much.
You're so kind.
She appreciates that. You want these chopped up a little finer?
Yeah. I think for an omelet.
I'm just kind of chopping away.
You making a happy little chop?
Happy little chop. You look marvelous. Look at this beautiful, built up, mechanically detached, incorporated meats of different things.
What is Spam anyway? Do we know?
Pork.
It's pork.
So I guess they couldn't get meats over here as readily, and so they had Spam, they had corned beef, all the potted meats in cans.
Vienna sausages.
Vienna sausages.
Yum. Big fan. Right here. Ooh, easy there, buddy.
So it's looking good. That last little bit. Big old pan, so it's hard to get them all flipped. Still a little moisture in there. So how's your lives? Looks good. Wish we were there. Mom's loving holding this camera. Yikes.
Try not to laugh. So, shall we rejoin you in a moment with part 2?
Part 2. Spam and eggs. Okay. How you doing? Welcome back. We've got, that was a break for our sponsors. We've got the hash browns that are just finishing browning up. They look lovely. Give them one last kind of toss. Yeah, they're good enough. Let's get them in the side here.
That smells really good.
And normally I'd want to just wipe this out and make sure anything left over is not going to burn, but
I think you're good.
good to go. I've got it turned down to medium low, somewhere where I want those eggs to be. So at this point I'm going to get this browning. Now it is pre-cooked, so you don't have to do this, but I'm going to get it browning. I like the brown things. Also checking the heat of my...
Does that need any like oil or butter or?
I think
anything
there's
like
going to
that?
be enough oils in there. I'll check it though before we put the eggs in. We might want to drop a little bit of butter in there.
Okay.
I think some of the grease that's in this Spam will kind of come out and help grease up the pan a little bit. It is non-stick, but it is a little bit on the low side. So yeah, I miss my gas stove. It's like turn on the heat, bang, you got heat, boom, it's there. This one's not bad, but it's still a little bit slow in reacting to the heat change. So that's all good. Let's get a little bit of butter in here. Let's get a little bit of butter in here. Kerrygold.
No.
This is not, but I recommend Kerrygold.
Like, where'd you get Kerrygold?
Costco, baby.
How much butter is that?
Oh, I don't know, a tablespoon maybe. I think that'll coat everything pretty well. I don't like to pour it in on top of everything if you can, because I'm always adding oil later or something like that. You want to try to get it up to temperature as quickly as you can so it doesn't just make things oily. That's looking pretty good, nice and easy. I've been cooking on high all the time lately, doing fried rice, shawarma, and cooking things like stir fry and things like that really fast. So I don't cook on medium or low very often, unless it's just sitting there. Looks pretty good. Let's get things coated here. Two-handed flip. Yep. Spam eggs.
How do you know when it's ready to put the eggs in?
It's feel.
You just feel it. You feel it in your bones?
Well, I want to heat it through, so it does. Like I said, it doesn't have to be cooked or anything. It's just heated through. I kind of prefer it to be a little bit browned. Bring out a little bit of those caramelization flavors, right? But I think that's going to be good enough. All right, so when you're cooking eggs, you're going to go fast. So I've got everything spread out here. I don't want to just dump it in because everything will get pushed to the side. So I just kind of want to drizzle that around. And let it incorporate itself. And hopefully we're warm enough here, it'll pick up and recover pretty fast. Sometimes a cover on it will help. Not the right cover. We don't have the right cover.
It's a universal cover.
But they will go fast. We do want to do some cheese too, right, Megan?
Always. Why would you not?
Cheese is God's gift. One of the many God's gifts. So we attended St. Andrew this morning, Sunday morning service. They did a nice job with the production, and it was a great message from the
The bishop.
The bishop, Alito. Oliveto. The bishop.
Those who know her call her Karen.
And Karen spoke from the Platte River Valley. She was outside giving a sermon this close up to the camera, doing this a lot. And we're getting together and we're doing the whole church thing and that stuff.
It was great.
Now, you should have been moving the camera more. When I'm up here like this, talking, the cameraman was like laughing or something. It was great.
Little off, yeah. I'm trying not to be the camera person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This
wait,
is
we
gonna
lost
be
our focus.
good.
Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that.
So I don't know if you can see it, but it's moving around in the pan. So I'm going to just cover this. It's a really big pan. I'm gonna slip some cheese on it here. Who got the small little thing of cheese?
Hey.
It was a Instacart purchase while we're on
Quarantine. You get what you get.
Yeah, you get what you get.
No wonder the price
start
was
with
so
that.
good. Yeah.
Cover this back up, and once that cheese starts melting, yeah, I told you, not a great pan. Once that cheese starts, it's got a nice glass in the top. Once it starts melting, we're gonna see if we can't fold that omelet over and then let it kind of hit both sides and get us good and melted inside, and we'll be done. So I got 2 plates. Might want to find a way to keep this thing. It's pretty clever. Don't rush it.
Time for patience.
Now's the time for patience.
Is it melting? Is it melting?
It's starting to. So sometimes I'll put in a pinch of baking soda in my egg mixture, and it'll help raise the eggs up a little bit when they come to temperature and makes them a little fluffier. I will do that more often than not, actually, but I didn't do it today. We're purists. We're here. We're going to have eggs, Spam, and cheese.
As it should be.
Yeah, this is looking good. So we know when things start melting, we're getting some things firming up. So you don't want to go too far. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. We got some spots here though that are, oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is the careful spot. What you might want to do is use my long, I'm only going to flip this in half. Look at that. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Ah! I don't think I've made a better omelet. So I'm going to cover it just again, just to make sure our center gets good and cooked. It's going to take just a minute, but not too long. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down. Just kind of let it bake there in the middle.
Does it take longer the more things you put in it, or does it take less time the more things you put in it?
You need to have the things that you put in it up to temperature. So they used to make the eggs and then put the stuff in the middle, then do the omelet pan where it folds over. But you have to cook the outside so much that it burns and it makes burned eggs, and you don't like burned eggs. So I learned along the way you cook your insides up to temperature all the way through, whether it's onions or chives or broccoli or sausage or anything like that. You want to bring that to temperature and then pour the eggs in. You can even stir it around if you want, and then fold it over. A lot of those times they turn into scrambles, and I'm just making scrambles. But we wanted a pure omelet today, and I think we're damn close to having the perfect Spam omelet. Looks good to me. Let's get some, you want just cut in half? Oh, we're gonna eat today. So we've got our omelet here. I'll flip this one over so you can see the other side. Now, really important while we're at this, Teflon pan. Take 1 or 2 pieces of, put this back on the oven or on the stove, turn it up a little bit, get it temperature up. You don't want to scrub or have a problem with the Teflon, or it'll come out and it'll make you have deformed kids and stuff. We don't want that. So you bring it up to temperature, get this all wiped out nice. Ooh, it's hot. So sometimes I'll do this, like if I'm on the grill or whatever, and I'll scrub it up, don't scratch it. Then drop a little water in there, get all the particles off, scrub it if you need to. This also will burn off, you know, any residual that you have, and that's actually ready to dry and go back in storage. The dishwasher will actually destroy but the chemicals and stuff will just destroy that Teflon. So there you go. That's my Teflon story. So we've got some hash browns here on the counter. Sorry. So good. A little bit more, Mom?
Yeah. Just maybe a
Yes,
maybe a splash of some salsa on the
Ooh, that sounds
potatoes.
Do you want regular, like Safeway salsa?
There's the mango salsa in there. I think
some
that would be
mango
excellent.
That sounds good.
A little sprinkle of
Organic.
basil.
Mango salsa. You want it on your eggs too?
No. I just want it on my taters.
I'm gonna put a little bit on
the
mine.
side.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look, you're making it all pretty.
And you like yours on the side.
Yeah.
Very chunky mango salsa, super good. A little sweet, a little too sweet for my taste, but super nice.
It'll be a nice
There we
offset
go.
for the Spam. There we go.
Spam omelet. Spam and eggs.
Let's eat.
So, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and bon appetit. Welcome to the Lanai and the ocean view. It's a little blustery today, not a lot of sun, but a little bit of wind. Beaches are closed. Not a lot of playtime today. So I thought I'd just take the first bite for you and give you some description here. The hash browns turned out really nice. They're They're a little bit loose. They're not all gross and like mushy. Oh yeah, it's got a little bit of that garlic coming through. Not too much, but just a nice flavor in that. It's gonna go well with this. So we got the egg mixture that's cooked all the way through. The cheese here that's all melted, and we got these delicious little chunks of Spam. Oh, that's really good. Cheesy Spam goodness. That's what that is. Let me try it with a little of the salsa. So good. The cheese is really good with that. Just sets it right off. Whoa! Come back here. So this will be a little sweeter. Like a party. Nice texture. Not too spammy. Just blends so nice. Give it a shot. And the best thing is, we got more eggs in there and another half can of Spam. And we're gonna have to go back to the store for hash browns. So good, Mom. You should eat. What do you think, Mom? What do you think, Mom?
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, listen to that.
That is a party of flavors. That's really good. I'm pleased. And the salsa, it's awesome.
So good.
So good. So cheesy.
Bye, everybody.